All right, so how do we reset your cortisol? How do we get it back where it is higher at the right times and tapering off at the right times? It's not an overnight process, but it is doable with these steps. Number one, you want to go to bed by 10:30 because this follows your natural circadian rhythm with your cortisol. That's naturally when your body wants to lower its cortisol. So going to bed by 10:30 will help you follow that pattern. The hardest thing to do, even for me, is to cut out screens 1 to 2 hours before bedtime. You can wear blue blocker glasses if you absolutely cannot in the beginning, but with the goal to try to really stay away from them altogether. This alone can really help reset your circadian rhythm and help you sleep better because when your brain is looking at light, it's thinking it's daytime. So it is suppressing your melatonin and increasing your cortisol. Number two is you want to make sure that you stabilize your blood sugar through the day. So normally to control your insulin, we say eat 3 meals and don't snack. But if you are in this HPA axis dysfunction, then it actually is better to eat more frequent meals to help keep your blood sugar balanced. However, they should be composed of non-processed and non-ultra processed foods. So you want some protein, some fat, and some fiber every 3 hours. This could be things like some celery with some almond butter. You get your little bit of protein, healthy fat, and some fiber from the vegetable. I also like to do carrots or peppers or cucumbers with some hummus. You also want to make sure you start your first meal with a high protein meal. So I would recommend getting 20 to 30 grams of protein. You don't want to just have coffee and not have any food. You want protein to stabilize your appetite, also fiber and a healthy fat with it. If you do a carb, I would do a non-processed carb like gluten-free oatmeal or even organic quinoa. You want to focus on anti-inflammatory whole foods, especially variety of color of fruits and vegetables, because they have polyphenols and antioxidants in there that helps reduce something called oxidative stress. You want to try to cut down on stimulants. 1 small cup of coffee in the morning, if you absolutely can't do without, is okay. So if you've been drinking a lot of coffee, you don't want to suddenly stop, otherwise you get withdrawal, and work with your healthcare provider to wean down off of it. But you want to work towards no more than 1 cup of caffeinated beverage a day, and you want to get it before noon so it doesn't disrupt your sleeping at night, especially if you are very sensitive to caffeine. I would even recommend switching it out with green tea. You want to change your workouts to doing more low intensity workouts, especially if you're in the second or third phase. So adding things like yoga, stretching, a nice walk at the end of the day, nothing that is overtraining your body. You also want to have stress reduction practices in place. So these are things such as meditation, tapping, breath work, journaling. All of these things help reset your nervous system so that when you do encounter stress, you're more able to deal with it. Lastly, you want to rebuild with certain nutrients and supplements called adaptogens. There are many nutrients that your adrenal gland relies on in order to work optimally. And these key nutrients are magnesium, vitamin C, vitamin B5 is very important, B12, and B6. So you'll want to work with your healthcare provider to determine which nutrients you might need to replace. The other thing that can help is adaptogens. Adaptogens are supplements that help modulate and balance your cortisol levels. Now you have to be careful because there are certain adaptogens that you should use in certain phases. You don't want to use the wrong adaptogens in the wrong phase. You definitely want to work with your healthcare provider to make sure they are safe for you and they do not interact with any of your other medications or medical conditions. Before you use them, they can also work with you on dosing. I'm going to go over something that's very important is to really look at what is causing you undue stress in your life. Is there something that is constantly triggering you and do you need to remove it? But take a look at your life and see if there's anything in there that is causing you certain stresses. These can be emotional stress. Is there any past trauma? As I mentioned before, you need to process that. Are there environmental stresses? Are you constantly being exposed to toxins, molds that are affecting your brain? What's causing your energy to go down? Do you have a lot of clutter in your bedroom when you wake up? Do you have a job that you hate? What are the mindset switches? How you perceive stress can really make a big difference. I know early on I would have a little stress and I would just freak out. I had worked with a coach for 3 years who really helped me change my mindset. And now I feel like I am doing more in my life and I have a lot more stress, but I'm actually a lot happier because my mind is perceiving it in a way to where I can manage it. And I'm not into that doom and gloom type of mindset anymore. So I would strongly recommend working with a coach if you have that ability, or a therapist. I feel like therapists kind of help you resolve your past traumas and your past stories and beliefs, whereas coaches kind of help you move forward. I know they're not cheap, and unfortunately insurance doesn't cover coaches, but they might cover therapy. And a lot of workplaces have programs that can help cover therapy. But it is worth the investment, I think, in yourself if that's doable for you. All right, we covered a lot, and so I hope it was helpful for you. If you like this video, please subscribe. Please share it with those that you think might get a benefit from this content. And let me know what other topics you might want to hear about. And most importantly, have a fantastic day.